Hi, everybody. Welcome on board to Monday Night Live on YouTube. You are here with Healing with Marcus, as you know, and we are here to do a Monday Night Live activation. And first, we're going to give a short download, short transmission, and then we're going to go into our activation. It's going to be a bit shorter today. It's going to be about a half hour, maybe a little less. And there is Shauna. Welcome on board, Shauna. Yes. And oh, Ellie. Yes. Ellie K. There you are. Nice to see you. Here's me. Here's my cacao. So we are here. Today, we're doing an inner exploration combined with what is happening in the energy field at the moment. So at the moment in the energetic field, we are sitting through a very high frequency. This high frequency makes a lot of things come to its point. A lot of people are going through, I think I shared this last week as well, but we are sitting in the full moon, in the reminiscences of full moon, and of course Mercury retrograde that started on Saturday, and we are in the swing of it. Mercury retrograde is interesting. When you look at it, what happens is the planets they move around, and Mercury, the energy of Mercury takes a different version on our planet. The input, the energetic input that we are receiving from the magnetic fields that are affecting our planet shifts. So we are going through a time of emotional instability. And it is a beautiful time to sit with yourself. It is a beautiful time to expand into yourself. It's a beautiful time to gain access to both your deeper truths and yourself. It is not an easy time. It is not a time when everything is flowing smoothly. There's a lot of conflict going on. Most likely in your personal life, at least in my personal life, there are conflicts going on that are interesting to watch, to be like, wow, that's interesting. But there are also times this is also affecting the whole world. So it's not just you that's going through a bit of an emotionally unstable time. There are many people who are feeling it right now. And when we sit in this inner space, this is a beautiful opportunity to gain access to your deeper self. This is a beautiful opportunity to find your way into your truths and who we are on this planet. How do we show up? How do you show up for yourself? I had a beautiful session the other day, a long journey with a client, and there were beautiful things that came out. And one of these things that come out is this is what I want to relay to you, is this beauty of where did you abandon yourself? Where in your life, when did you stop believing in yourself? When did you release the inner judgment, the inner connection to how you felt? And where can we start stepping into that space? How can we start stepping into our deeper inner space and kind of own our inner truth? Where can you do that? In what parts of your life? In what parts of your life can you gain access to more of your power, more of yourself, and more of your life? It's a beautiful passage to expand. It's a beautiful time in our lives to expand to a new plateau, a new level of insights, of deeper truths, and of deep connection, deep inner connection. So this is the inner space we're sitting in right now. And the other part of the beauty of this upheaval that's taking place when Mercury goes into retrograde and when the full moon happens at the same time, the full moon in Pisces, which is extremely intuitive in nature. The full moon in Pisces help us to access a much deeper part of our intuition. We know a lot of things that previously we have kind of felt, but we may not have been aware of them as deeply. This is a good time to expand, a good time to sit in your inner space, in your inner peace, and how to access it, right? How to get deeper into yourself. This is when it is important to relinquish judgments out of here. Not always easy, because most of us get caught in our judgments, yeah. Most of us get caught up in our judgments, and it's easy to take action on it. It's easy to lash out, it's easy to say things that maybe we didn't mean, maybe we didn't want to be said. And when we sit with ourselves in this space, it's also easy to have revealed to ourselves what is your deeper part? What is your pace in your life? How do you access it? So then we come into this inner space of expansion. As you drop into your body with your mind, usually we can do it by taking a few deep breaths. Usually, when we take these deeper inner breaths, we can anchor into our deeper self. This is the part when we gain access to our root chakra and our sacral chakra. Not always easy and not always pleasant, because sometimes pains will show up. Sometimes older relationships that have been a part of our lives will resurface, and they will show up and to show you what it felt like, what you went through, and how you can hold space for yourself through this. So as you go deeper into yourself, deeper on your journey, you get to gain access. You get to sit in your deeper space. And we get to hold ourselves with compassion. To know that parts of our struggle, they've been real. The beauty of this is that when we come from the deeper inner space, when your spirit guides are coming through, helping you to see yourself clearly, when the power animals help you to gain power inside of yourself, you can also sit with the realization that that passage in your life was hard. This or that relationship that showed up in your life was hard. And now you sit with a deeper knowing. As you move your awareness into your body, as into yourself, you gain access to your deeper knowing. And in this deeper knowing from this inner space, we can see that, oh, that was difficult. This passage that we went through a few years ago or the other year or now was difficult. But that it's also okay. That every single relationship we have around us teaches us about ourselves. That everything that's going on in our lives is teaching us a lesson about ourselves, how we show up in the world. And when can you show up from your deeper self as your deeper self? Parts of this is, of course, your daily meditation practice. Parts of it is, of course, when you can gain access and sit. So let's say you sit in the morning and you sit in your stillness and you feel the different feels that are coming up. And at times, the feelings that come up can be difficult to face. They can be earth-shattering. They can really move us. This is the time when we get to actually see ourselves. And we see where we are in our lives. We see, am I stepping into my fuller self, my higher self? Am I showing up the way I'd like to show up in the world? One way to look at it is when we reach that final breath, when we are at the end of our earthly journey, when we are at the end of the journey with this body, have I showed up to my highest ability? Have I been showing up to my deepest desires and dreams? Or have I taken an easy route? Did I take the easy way out? Did I get busy to stay busy? Or did I actually feel into myself and step up to that plate? Personally, I feel like it's a beautiful passage. I feel like those questions that are very deep in nature really, really can help us gain access to more power. There's a lot of forgiveness, there's a lot of self-love available in this inner space. And it's very, very, very important, it's imperative that we find our way into that self-love. That we find our way into so when I sit in my meditation, I shared it before, I'm gonna share it again. I light candles in my morning meditation, my evening meditation. I light candles for the power animals, for the different directions, the 4 directions, for Pachamama, for Earth Mother, for Saint Michael, for my spirit guides. There's Shauna. Good evening, Shauna. So when I light these candles, there's one last candle I started lighting. That last candle is for myself. And I'd like for you to light that candle for you as well. Because when you light that candle for you, you can both feel that power in your body. You can feel, something's happening. You can feel it in your root and your sacral chakra area. And you can also begin to feel it, helping you to hold space and light for yourself. It's so easy to go into that realm of judging ourselves, of judging others, of judging people. LEK, thank you, thank you. So today's message for you is to light the candle for yourself, to sit and recognize your inner state of self-love, your inner state of inner balance, where you can hold yourself. And the interesting part here is that regardless if you actually, when you look back on your own life and you think, oh, that wasn't that hard, oh, that wasn't so difficult, but if it was for you at the time, it was difficult for you at the time. Often we compare, well, my trauma wasn't so bad, well, this wasn't that bad, or I didn't do it that bad, or they weren't that bad to me. Forget about it. Feel the feeling that surrounds it. If you felt left out, if you felt powerless, if you felt saddened or hurt, hold that space. Hold that. Hold yourself in that love. This is a way of deep inner healing. This is a deeper way of deep inner understanding and acceptance. And when we can see a situation clearly, I was able to see what's my part. How did I end up in that situation, and what did I do to end up in that situation? Is there something I can do differently today so that the same situation doesn't show up? So, when we come back home, we begin to understand that our actions, they carry out timelines in our life. You have timelines that are in motion based on your previous life choices. And most of us have made these choices based in our trauma. Most of us have made the choices based in feeling, I don't want to feel alone, I don't want to feel sad, I don't want to feel this or that. And when we make our choices from that space, we actually end up creating timelines that are creating more of that kind of suffering. So how do we then see what did we call, how did I start that timeline in my life, and how can I heal that timeline? Or like what happened for me not too long ago was I was feeling clearly that my current actions are starting a new timeline in my life. I could feel myself investing energy into a timeline that I didn't want in my life. And that might sound simple, but for me it was very beautiful to see that, so I can feel that these actions I'm taking, these connections I'm making are creating a timeline that I don't want in my life. So can I reinvest my energy? Can I detach my energy from the new timeline that I'm creating so I don't create it, so I can stay on whatever timeline I'm creating now, here, that I choose, that I want to be in? This creates conscious choices in our lives. This creates a conscious awareness of what's going on within you and how your life looks on the outside. And personally, I find it beautiful that when we take back our insights and our power, we can start to invest our energy, the timelines we are creating for the future, we can start to choose them more wisely in order to stay on our healing path. This is where many deep teachings are coming to play. Many deep understandings are coming through. So as you and I embark on our inner exploration, our inner journey, we become more familiar with our inner territory. And are we operating from a sense of brokenness? Are we operating from a sense of lack? Or have you been able to come back home and feel a bit more whole in your system? Are you coming from a space of wholeness instead? This will begin to create, or help to create, more consistent timelines that are in alignment with how you want to create your life. And that can go for partners, for life partners, for work, for living situations, whatever it is you are doing, work situations, whatever it is that you're investing your time into. Can you be conscious of where you're investing it, how you're doing it, and to see if there's any way you can shift out of a certain timeline into another timeline? Because we create new timelines all the time. We create new settings for ourselves all the time. And it's not always easy. But when you come into yourself with compassion, with self-love, with understanding, and what we could call inner standing, you begin to consciously create your timelines. And from that space, life grows in the direction you feel you want to go in. And suddenly things look brighter. Suddenly the future doesn't feel as harsh as it has when we choose our timelines based in our trauma. See, when we come from the space of lack, I just want to meet a partner, I just want to meet a partner, I just want to meet somebody. We are trying to fill up the void inside of us with another person. And somewhere inadvertently, we end up saying, well, if this other like we put our whole sense of self-love onto the relationship with this other person. And of course, this doesn't mean we should go and break up with people unless we have to. Unless that's actually everything in your body says you have to. But it does mean that we have to keep making conscious choices. It means we have to keep healing our inner wounds. We have to sit with our abandonment wounds and issues. We have to sit with our hurt, hold ourselves in that light, in the compassion. As you do, you gain access to much more power. And suddenly we become aware and conscious of the choices we're making. This creates much more of a responsibility feeling in your life. Wherever we feel powerless, we got to look at the situation and be like, hang on, what is happening here? How come I feel so powerless in this or that situation? And what can I do to shift out of it? How can I shift into a deeper sense of power? How can I detach the energetic entanglements so that I gain more access to my inner freedom, my inner space? There are beautiful passages in the book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, which is a beautiful writing from the early 1900s. And one of them talks about it says on love. He talks about on love. And he talks about, if you're looking, basically, a loose translation, if you're looking for love from a sense of lack, it's better if you hide your nakedness and go away from the field, basically the field of dating, the field of love. Because when love finds you worthy, it will decide your way. It will determine your way. But if you only try to find people to cover up your own sense of lack, you're not going to find happiness that way in those people. So again, we're coming into our inner exploration. We're coming into our inner standing of who we actually are. What's our imprint on this planet? What can I do to share some of the inner love I have found? Can I do it this way? Can I do it how I do healing sessions with people? I get to sit in deep inner space. I do these live sessions in order to share some of those inner insights that we have come up with. Or can I do it? Some people are sharing so much beauty. LEK, thank you. Thank you. Some people are sharing so much uplifting content on the social media platforms. And so much beauty is coming through that. Even if we don't know it, it's still coming through there. Somebody's going to read that post and be, oh, I feel better. They're going to see some beautiful picture of life and they're going to be, oh, that feels so good. And even that little tiny flash on our social media stream helps to raise somebody's feelings of consciousness in their body. So can you sit in that inner love? And these times, this is where we started today, these times of upheaval that's going on right now, the full moon, the Mercury in retrograde, can you expand your awareness through this difficult passage? Because the thing is, it's not that difficult when you bring your awareness into it. Then it's really beautiful, even though there can be pain involved. It can be, oh my God, that hurt so much. Oh my God, that experience was so painful. It was that painful because you experienced it that way. Based on trauma or not based on trauma, but your feelings were the same around it. So give yourself that compassion. That, oh, that was hard. It was hard to lose that person. It was hard to lose that job, that friend, that whatever. And at the same time, what can we do differently next time? How can we come to life from a wholer perspective? See that we have been suffering and acknowledge it, and then from there come into a deeper space. And sometimes the breath can help us do that, right? Take that deep breath. or like we do in these activations, the sounds that carry through also help you to go deeper into your inner guidance. And with your permission, we will be working on your energy throughout this activation that we're going to go into right now. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. So with your permission, we will be working on your energy field. We'll help to remove and release some of the trauma. And we'll help you to go deeper. And if you go on a slight journey during this activation, allow that to happen. Thank you, Ellie. So much gratitude for you, my dear sister. So even as the person on this end of the transmission, it's beautiful to see when people come on here. We support each other, and just by you being here, just by Shauna being here, just by people being here, it supports me in my feeling of what's going on right now, right? So, we're going to go into our activation. And with your permission, we'll be working on your energy. Lots of things coming up already. Good stuff, good stuff. We'll help you, guide you into your sacral and your root chakra. Strengthen your connection to Earth Mother. And help you go on a journey into space. So we're gonna go in, sit with yourself, go into this journey. Nayukutaya de waya de no toyotaya. Oi 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 oi. Oyo, Daya, Deo, Wayo, 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 Wayo. Oyo, Daya, Dayo, Daya. Welcome on board, everybody. Daya. Daya, such a pleasure to see many people on here at the same time. Daya. Oyo, Daya, Deo, Waya, Yoko, Daya, Deo, Wahi, Yoko, Daya, Deo, Wahi, Hey, Waya. We speak many blessings on you. We speak much light on you. We speak that you may connect to your deeper self and always stay in touch with it. We speak that you may find your inner freedom, that you may find your inner wisdom, your guide, to take you through the challenging times, to take you through any times that are harder, to help you connect. O Daya, Wayo, O Daya, Yahi, Yoko Daya, Eya, Eya. We speak much peace and love on you. We're so grateful that we were all here. We want to take 2 deep breaths to anchor in the activation and to come back into the room. So let's take 2 deep breaths. Let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to squeeze our root chakra on the way out. So breathe in. Create space in your body. Squeeze from the root chakra up. Yeah. One more time. One more deep breath. Hold it. And release. Darren, brother, thank you. I'm so glad I could feel you coming on. Thank you for being here, Darren. It's beautiful. So I'm very grateful we were all here today. I'm excited for the next time. We are doing the YouTube live every Monday night at 7. We're doing the Friday mornings at 9 a.m. on Instagram and Facebook. And then we're doing the Sunday morning activation on the beach in Topanga. So, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to write to me anywhere you want. And I would be so honored to come with any sort of suggestions or ideas. Or if you want to set up a distance session, feel free to do that. So much love, so much integrity in your system. Integrity in your system. Connect to your original core self. Much love. L.E.K., thank you, thank you, thank you. May all walk in peace, in love, and in growing processes. Namaste. And aho. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and I'll see you on Friday. Namaste. Aho.